Hey guys, this is Eckhart. Hello and welcome to another video. So as I mentioned yesterday, we did get a brand new Star Wars The Old Republic cinematic trailer. I thought today I would break it down and give my thoughts on what's going on and just the trailer as a whole. Now, just to be straight up, I am not an Old Republic guy. I tried to get into it. I made a really cool character called Tall Man, but to be honest, MMOs just aren't for me. And it was really fun because I did get to see lots of you on the streets of the various planets. But all that notwithstanding, the trailers themselves are always worth a watch because they're usually, well, actually always phenomenally well done. They're also important because right now the Old Republic is pretty much the only Star Wars Legends story which is still ongoing. This new expansion, which we've gotten the trailer for, Legacy of the Sith, is actually set in the farthest point of the Old Republic period. And it's also interesting because there's a few thousand-year gap between what happens in these stories and the state of the Sith and the Republic during the time of the Darth Bane trilogy. To be completely honest, I'm not super tuned into the lore of this era. I think it's a bit messy with the Sith Empire always reconstituting or disappearing and returning to fight the Republic and the Jedi. The events of this trailer, however, would technically take place during the Third Galactic War, I believe. The Eternal Empire and Valkorion would have been destroyed, and the Sith and the Republic are once again fighting for supremacy. With that being said, I'm going to switch to the trailer now, and I will give my thoughts as I watch through alongside you guys. So let's go. Alright, so I've got the official watch page open from Star Wars The Old Republic's YouTube channel. Gotta say, before we begin, pretty cool that for a video game that released, I think, over a decade ago now, and it's had 8 expansions, the reveal trailer for the next expansion is still reaching top 10 on YouTube trending, and all the comments are just really, really positive, kind of about how good these trailers consistently are. Go ahead and maximize that. I will say, as I mentioned earlier, this trailer was by ILM instead of Blur, and there are definitely some differences. Some good, some bad. We'll talk about that sort of as the trailer progresses. But we find the story of 2 new Jedi and a new Sith Lord, I believe, and then, of course, Darth Malgus. And it's a very interesting one. It's kind of touching on topics that a few other pieces of media have been lately. So this young Jedi's named Sahar. I don't think her master's actually named, but I'm not sure. It looks like he's got, what's it called? A mudhorn, a little mudhorn toy, and of course, checking her force potential. Now, it looks to me like these two, Sahar and her brother, are in some sort of orphanage. Notice there's the little droid here. This looks like the same one that says ooh-ah, ooh-ah from Revenge of the Sith, the one that's in there when Padme gives birth. It's also possible this is just a school though, but I kind of feel, given the fact that the trailer talks about her abandoning her brother, and she obviously has some trauma and some guilt over that she's probably not leaving the best situation, because it's almost like we didn't rescue my brother as well. Turn up a little bit. And yeah, that's kind of the old thing. The Force has chosen you. The Jedi, Malgus will argue later that they kind of use that to, I like that kick save though, to justify them acting like gods. So I just want to talk about the animation a little bit. It's still great. I think ILM doesn't quite live up to Blur, although that is a very, very, very hard pedestal to reach. When I look at their animation, it just seems a little more stiff than Blur's. Again, not bad at all. The choreography is still very good. There's a couple cool moments in the fight that I want to talk about. But that's kind of my overall... Alright, sorry. Got my daughter here. It's kind of my overall thoughts. I love the design. These trailers have given us so many cool Sith designs. This guy's not going to last for long. Already lost a hand. Probably not the first time. It looks like he might be part cyborg. But this mysterious machine here looks like something out of a combination of Halo and Titan AE. I don't think this is Republic built. It looks like it's an artifact of something, and it either produces or has the capacity at least to produce holocrons. We also have Malgus here appearing again. This man's been through a lot, looking older and definitely a bit rougher than in the past. He's still going. He's still getting thrown through things, killing the weak. But we'll learn a bit more about this machine in a few minutes. I actually recorded a whole other breakdown talking about what I guess the machine was, and then the trailer outright confirms it, and I felt like an idiot. So this is recording number 2. So the choreography is still really great here. Sometimes people forget that Star Wars lightsabers aren't just swords. You know, they are lightsabers, and you can have interesting battle effects, like in The Force Awakens when the lightsabers go against the snow. This is really cool too. It would have been nice to actually see the pillar fall. I don't think you do. Yeah, she's having her flashback here. I'm not sure whether... It seems like the machine is somehow bringing this on itself, and it also seems like maybe it activated because she is Force sensitive. I love his little flick, just testing it out. Malgus has the Sith eyes going a little bit. So this machine is somehow related to finding Force-sensitive children. It seems like it's ones that the Jedi may have missed during their earlier searches. And we also see that it outputs a holocron. Now, the holocron could be the schematics to make another one of these machines, because we know that lists of Force sensitives are kept as late as Fallen Order. But this could also be a list of the current Force sensitives in the galaxy. And we see Malgus trying to manipulate her. She's missing a Leku, by the way. I meant to mention that. Malgus could be trying to manipulate her to gain this list, rather than turn her to the dark side, or it could be both. I also, however, get the feeling that when he's talking about kind of the Jedi Order and their dogma, he is definitely trying to manipulate her. However, I do think he thinks he's being honest as well. Like just shutting the door on her brother. And the her master is fully into it. Like, he's like, now's not the time to talk about this, when obviously she's been dealing with this trauma for a long time and is probably... Okay. So... he was a slave, maybe? I didn't see that the first time I watched through. So yeah, definitely not a great situation. Like, it's probably a little different when you're leaving your wealthy family behind with your well cared for brother, but she was essentially leaving him to a life of torture. So we see a holocron here. Holocrons are basically vast repositories of knowledge in Star Wars. But yeah, the idea of the kind of Jedi playing God, or the Jedi, you know, really affecting people by their actions, which they see as in the greater good, is an interesting discussion. It's one we saw a little bit in the Book of Boba Fett. But it's a interesting kind of comparison to the Jedi Order we see in the prequels. I wonder, it almost looks like Rakatan technology to me, even. I mentioned Halo because this looks a lot like the I think it's in Halo 3 when Johnson is forced to activate the Arc. Kind of looks like that. I think that's what I'm thinking of. I also do find it interesting as he's talking about the Jedi, we get this very up close, very human look of his face. It's like, yeah, he's a Sith Lord, but he's probably spitting a bit in the way of facts. And the Jedi's kind of just like, obey. Not only that, he tries to take it. The plans. So maybe those are plans to build another machine, or it could just mean the Jedi's plans. But at the end of the day, whether the Jedi doctrine or dogma has issues, he's still sorry, and the Sith is still murdering him brutally. pretty cool move there. Kind of like the Last Jedi Praetorian sword drop. Very interesting technology there. The same music from the end of the Invasion cinematic trailer, I believe. Overall, though, excellent trailer. Really well done. I like the new character. I'm curious to learn about why Malagus is doing this. Like, obviously, he could be trying to tempt her to the dark side. Maybe he's just disillusioned with everything at this point. However, guys, I look forward to hearing what you think. What did you think of this trailer? Did it reach the heights of the past 4 Blur ones? Is there 5 now, maybe? Before this one? Either way, thank you for watching, guys. Until next time, be safe, have a good one, and may the Force be with you.